Jets Ward.
Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I got a fun one for you guys. But first, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys in the Jets Ward. It is a safe space for you, and I love that you keep coming back for more. I love hanging out with you guys. If you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here in the Jets Ward. Again, it is a safe space for you. And I love hearing all your guys' opinions. I love getting all the comments from you guys. I really appreciate it. I try to answer back as soon as I can. But guys, I don't normally do this. It's early in the season already, and it's looking like, and what a lot of Jets fans expected, that the Jets might be, looking at quarterbacks in the next upcoming NFL draft. I know. I have a lot of faith in Justin Fields. I really think he can turn it around and be the Jets franchise quarterback. But after the Buffalo game, a lot of people are concerned, and rightfully so. He didn't look great. And now he's concussed, he's injured, and we'll have to look towards Tyrod Taylor to see what he can do. But if the Jets continue to struggle with quarterback, AG and Darren Muji are going to have to be observing these quarterbacks. And obviously, there are a lot of good ones this year. This is one of the stronger quarterback classes that we've seen in the past couple of years. There's a lot of great players. Now, for reference, there's one quarterback that I'm not going to mention on this list because I really, really doubt that he comes out this year, and that is Arch Manning. I don't think he's coming out this year. I think he's going to stay his 4 years in college and get better and better, especially since he's been struggling this early on in the college season. But I have some big-name quarterbacks that I'm going to be talking to you guys, and some that you might not have heard much about, but you should keep an eye on them because I think they're going to be solid. And I'm going to go in the order of like my top quarterbacks, a little bit different than how I do my lists. Normally I go from the bottom up. I'm actually going to start from my top choices all the way down to the bottom one, number 10. And there's going to be quarterbacks on here that you might have thought should be on this list, and that's okay. I'd love to hear your opinions. I'm a big Penn State fan in college. I love watching my Nittany Lions play, but I'm trying to get more into college football as well and know these players. So if you're a fan of one of these teams that I mentioned your quarterback, please let me know more about them. I'd be happy to hear. And if I missed your quarterback for your college team, let me know about them. Show me why they deserve to be on this list and why they would make the Jets a suitable team, a contender. Now, let's get into it. I just mentioned that I am a big Penn State fan, and the Nittany Lions have a quarterback who looked awesome last year for them. And there was a lot of concern. What is he going to do without his big weapon in Tyler Warren, who's looking great for the Indianapolis Colts? And that quarterback that I'm talking about is none other than Drew Allar. And honestly, Drew Allar's looked solid. He hasn't played the best teams, but he's looked pretty good in the games that he's played so far. So I gave you a little bit of his numbers as well, ranking, ratings, and completion percentage. Drew Allar has looked solid. I think he's the best quarterback in this draft class. And I know that's a lot of people are going to say that's crazy. He's probably number 4, number 3. I honestly think he's the best. And the reason is I love his size. He's 6'5", 238 pounds. He's got a solid throwing motion. He can maneuver around the pocket as well. He's overall solid. He needs to use a little bit more motion. He needs a little bit more time in the pocket to set his feet and everything. But overall, I think his mechanics are fine. I think he's a smart thrower of the football. I don't think he puts it in a lot of bad positions. And the big concern was, what is he going to do without Tyler Warren? He's looked solid. His QB rating is a 96.1, and his completion percentage is 64.8. Not awful. He's been solid so far. He's been a leader on that Nittany Lions offense, and he's been able to move the ball a ton. He's been looking really good, and I think he's going to transfer into the NFL and be a very, very good quarterback in this league. He kind of reminds me a lot of like a Donovan McNabb type player. Bigger guy, can maneuver around the pocket, not the most athletic, but can do it. Either that or a Sam Darnold type of player. Good arm as well. Very solid arm. Can get erratic with the football every now and again when he gets pressure, but that's a lot of quarterbacks. But I think Drew Allard translates the best into the NFL and can. I think he's going to do very, very well in the NFL. And I would be happy if the Jets were to go for a quarterback in the first round. If they end up getting a top 3 pick, Drew Allard would be somebody that I would love to have. He's in my opinion, is the best college quarterback. Now, that could be a little biased because I'm a Penn State fan, but I really think he's got a lot to offer, especially in the NFL. I think his game's going to translate very, very well. Now, the next quarterback, and who a lot of people have as their number one, LaNorris Sellers. I think if LaNorris Sellers keeps playing as well as he has, he will go into the draft. If he starts to falter or deals with an injury or anything else happens to him, I think he stays in college for another year. But if he keeps performing like he has been performing, I think he will go into the draft and could definitely end up being the number 1 pick. LaNorris Sellers out of South Carolina is a very, very athletic quarterback. Cannon of an arm. Can maneuver around the pocket very well, can get out in space and run so good. He is a very, very athletic quarterback. He's 6'3", 242 pounds. Like I said, cannon of an arm, great athleticism, smart with the football as well. His QB rating is 101.2, completion percentage 64.4, and he's looked awesome. Since last year to now, he has looked fantastic. And somebody who I think would fit better in the offense for the Jets, since we have Justin Fields now, who is a more of an improviser and somebody who maneuvers around the pocket, more of a runner with the football, I think LaNorris Sellers would fit better in the Jets offense than Drew Allard would. But would he be there? If the Jets don't have the number 1 pick, I say Drew Allard is the best quarterback and the most complete quarterback and the best quarterback in college football, in my opinion. LaNorris Sellers, I think, is going to go number 1 overall because of just the talent that he has. He is going to be looked at as like like Cam Ward was looked at being a very good thrower of the football. Cam Ward has looked solid so far in the NFL as well. Has not been making boneheaded decisions. Definitely looked at as like a Trevor Lawrence type of player, but I think he's better than Trevor Lawrence. He's got all the skills to make him a fantastic quarterback, a Jaden Daniels type of player, in my opinion, a bigger Jaden Daniels type of player. One comp that I could definitely see is a Josh Allen type of player. Josh Allen, very raw in college, but came out and has turned into one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the league. I think LaNorris Sellers can do that. There's a lot of things that he needs to do. He needs his footwork needs some work, but overall, I think he could become one of the better quarterbacks in the league in the future. If the Jets were to get him, I think it would be a very fun offense that we would have. There would be a lot of learning curves, but I think there would be a very fun offense to watch. LaNorris Sellers right now is my second best quarterback, and somebody who, and don't get me wrong, I would love all these quarterbacks. And in the order that I would have them are the ones that I would love the most. So Drew Allard, I'd be ecstatic about. LaNorris Sellers, I would be ecstatic about. Even the next guy, I would be very, very happy about. And that one is somebody who also can be looked at as the best college quarterback, and that is LSU's quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier. He's looked awesome, guys. Since last year, he has looked fantastic. He looks like the most pro-ready quarterback, in my opinion, and he's got that LSU offense moving up and down the field. He's a great player. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. His QB rating is 85. He's got a completion rating of 65.1. I think Nussmeier is a very, very pro-ready quarterback and somebody who can take the league by storm. I think he'll have success right out the gate, right away. I think he reminds me a lot of like a Joe Burrow type of player as a quarterback. I think he can be that. I think he maneuvers around the pocket better than Joe Burrow, but I think he's got a great arm. He's very smart with the football and somebody who I could definitely see taking the league by storm right away. And that's the top 3 quarterbacks that I have. Drew Allard, LaNorris Sellers, and Garrett Nussmeier, I think could take the league by storm right away and have very early success. I think their games will translate very, very well to the NFL. Now, getting more into this list are going to be players that I think might need to sit a year, but I think could be very, very good. And the first one, number 4, that I have is a quarterback that has been coming out much, much better lately, and that is Oregon's quarterback, Dante Moore. And this was a guy who went to, I believe, UNLV, not UNLV, UCLA, and struggled mightily there and came back to Oregon and has looked great. He's got a QB rating of 139.9, completion rating of 78.1. The Oregon Ducks offense has been electric this year. And their tight end, Sadiq, looks like he can be a top 5 draft pick this year as a tight end. He can block. He's a solid receiver, great speed, toughness there. But Moore has been overshadowed by him on the offense. But he's looked great and has come out of nowhere, in my opinion, and looks very pro-ready. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. He reminds me a lot of more of a Jaden Daniels type of player, who I think Dante Moore can be very successful in the league, but he's somebody that I think needs to sit a year and learn behind a pro, learn behind a vet. And then after that year, he takes that next step and becomes that franchise type of quarterback. I think he's got all the skills and the wherewithal to be a very successful quarterback in the NFL later down the road, and somebody who has taken the college by storm right now with how he's playing for Oregon. Going to number 5, and this guy is another one who has taken the league by storm, and I will shout out That's So Krista because this is her favorite guy right now, and that is John Matier, Oklahoma quarterback. And the reason she loves this guy is because he reminds her so much of her beloved quarterback, Baker Mayfield, and I can definitely see the Baker skill set as well. This guy's just fun to watch. He's 6'1", 219 pounds, QB rating of a 99.9, completion percentage 67.6. He's great when getting out of the pocket, throwing on the run. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's got a good enough arm to be successful in the league. He's solid in the pocket, better on the outside, and he reminds me a lot of Baker Mayfield. Toughness, just authenticity. He's so good and has come out of nowhere, in my opinion. Has looked very, very good. Again, will his skill set translate? Because, yes, he reminds me of Baker, but there's somewhat that reminds me of Zach Wilson as well. He can be reckless with the ball. His footwork does need some work, especially when he's pressured. He does tend to try to play hero ball, and that could get him into trouble in the NFL. That's what got Baker into trouble early in his career. Now Baker's one of the best quarterbacks in the league for the Buccaneers because he knows when to throw checkdowns. He knows when to get rid of the ball. He doesn't play hero ball as much anymore, but he can still make those big plays when he needs to. John Matier, I think, can be that guy, but I think he will need to sit a year behind a vet. Now, if the Jets were to take a shot on him, I'd be happy, but we'd be preaching patience again. I think he'd need a year, and if you start him right away, I think it's going to be another Zach Wilson type of thing. Young quarterbacks worry me, but he can be very exciting, especially in the right offensive system. So that's number 5. Getting into number 6, I got Fernando Mendoza. And this guy's looked like the best quarterback in college football for Indiana. He's got the best QB rating, 140.7, and completion percentage, 72.4. Guy's got the great size, 6'5", 225 pounds. He can't run that well. He's more of a stationary quarterback, but it works. He's got a solid arm. He's very smart with the football. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he can be very, very good and somebody who can be a great field general. Might start out in his career as somebody who's more of a game manager, but I think later down the road, he can be that guy who can be very, very lethal in the pocket. When you get him on the move, though, that's when he can struggle. But overall, I think he's very smart with the football, can be very, very good, and can lead an NFL offense. Mendoza, number 6. Getting into number 7, though, I got Carson Beck. And this guy's just confusing to me. He didn't look great last year. And then he transferred. He was in Georgia last year. Didn't look great. And now he's transferred over to Miami, and he's looked okay. He's looked good. But it's like he's in the shadow of Cam Ward. He's got to try to make sure that he's doing everything he can. He can't get sloppy with the football. He was looked at as being a very high quarterback prospect. And then he took a downhill spiral in Georgia. Now he's trying to reclaim that top glory in Miami. He's starting out pretty well, but we'll see if that can continue. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, QB rating of 127.7, comp percentage of 79.3. Honestly, again, I think another project type of player. I think he definitely needs to sit a year, but if you could get the most out of him, he could be a serviceable starter and a good quarterback in this league. He has some maneuverability in the pocket. He's a bigger guy, has a strong arm. It's just he can't make those boneheaded decisions that can get him into trouble. If he can slow down on the turnovers and make the right reads and read a defense, this kid can be pretty good. But that's still to be decided. We have to see how he performs more throughout his college career in Miami before the draft. Getting into the next one, number 8, I got Cade Klubnik. He hasn't looked great this year, and Clemson's just coming off a major loss to an unranked team, and he did not look great. He had a touchdown run, touchdown throw, and an interception, but he hasn't looked great so far, and people have been worrying about that Clemson offense this year. And Cade Klubnik was looked at as being a top 3 quarterback prospect coming into this year, but I'm just not seeing it. He can maneuver around the pocket. He can run pretty well and has very, very good athleticism, but he does get careless with the football every now and again. He's 6'2", 210 pounds, QB rating of 78.5, completion percentage of 59.1. He needs to get better in the pocket. It seems like he tries to improvise too much, and that gets him into trouble. And he just seems to struggle decoding a defense. He's a one-read guy and throw it. If your one read's not there, he runs it. He needs to get better at reading a defense, in my opinion. And I think he's going to. Clemson's normally a great program that has solid quarterback play. He can do this. We just need to see it from him. Because if he can't figure it out, it's going to be a rough NFL career, and he'll be more of a backup than anything. But I think he can be a late-round quarterback, first-round pick, and be a solid QB in the future. But he just needs to work out these issues right now to show his talent. Because with a runner of the football, he's very, very good. He needs to work on the throwing. Getting into number 9, I got Sam Levitt. He's another one. 6'2", 200 pounds, 80.9 QB rating, 58.1 completion percentage. Very reckless with the football. He's out of Arizona State. He's somebody who you worry about. You take a risk on him, but he'll have some big games for you, but also will have duds where he just doesn't show up at all. So that's the big worry about Levitt. Can he perform and be consistent? That's the biggest thing with him, consistency. We haven't seen it yet. Again, it's only early on in the college season, but we need to start seeing more consistency from him because he showed inconsistency last year, and it's been starting out pretty rough for him this year as well. But the last guy that I have, and this one is one of my favorite that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, and that's Taylen Green from Arkansas. He's 6'6", 230 pounds, has a QB rating of a 129.2, 68.5 completion percentage. He is a behemoth of a man, a very strong kid as well. He's got a cannon of an arm, very athletic, can run miles, and can outrun any defensive back. He is super, super strong. And he's a guy that I could definitely see as like a Josh Allen type of player as well. Or downside, Justin Fields or an Anthony Richardson. He's got all the athletic ability in the world, but I think he's a better thrower of the football. He's, again, got a cannon of an arm, needs to be consistent with his footwork. I think he's going to impress this year, and I think he's going to jump off draft boards as the year goes on and as the combine comes too. I think he's going to be one of those combine warriors that jumps up draft boards. But guys, those are all the quarterbacks that I would be happy if the Jets were to take. And I know it's early, but if the Jets still don't get good quarterback play, or if we do, but it's from Tyrod Taylor, who I don't think has much left, he might have 1 year left, and this might be his final year. If he's the one who shows us the quarterback promise, and we do win a couple games, and Justin Fields still struggles and doesn't reclaim the starting job, the Jets are going to be looking at quarterbacks. And it sucks to say because there's other issues that we have. We could use another receiver. We could use another edge rusher, defensive lineman, linebacker especially. deep safety. There are positions that we could definitely utilize. Offensive interior line, tight end. I love Mason Taylor, but he hasn't shown anything yet. We got a lot of positions that could be filled, but you're not going to be a great team if you don't have a good quarterback. One of these quarterbacks I would be happy with if we took, because I think they have a lot of great potential. They've shown it in their college careers. They've had a lot of success, especially the top 3 guys. Watch out for Taylon Green out of Arkansas. I think he's going to be very, very good. But again, I know it's early. I'm not doing any mock drafts yet. It's too early for that. But these are the quarterbacks that I'm watching, just in case the Jets are targeting a quarterback if we're not happy with our QB situation. You got to look at these things. And I know fans probably don't want to hear it, but you got to be realistic. Justin Fields I love him. I love Justin Fields, and I hope he can be great. But if he doesn't work out, you got to go for a younger quarterback. You got to try to fix it and get your QB of the future. You got to try to find your Jaden Daniels. You got to try to find your Josh Allen, your Lamar Jackson, your Cam Ward. You got to find one of them if you want to be a successful team. Michael Penix, for example, for the Falcons, he's looked great. Jets have struggled with that in the years. And if the Jets do target a quarterback in this draft, if we need to go for one, I'm really hoping Muji and AG get the right one. But let me know what you guys think. Those are my top 10 quarterbacks that I would target if I were the Jets drafting a quarterback in this upcoming draft. If you think I missed a quarterback, or you think I got it wrong, if there's somebody on this list or multiple people on this list that you don't think should be on there, let me know about it. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you hit that like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out as well. And thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.